宇宙科学博覧会国際児童年協賛宇宙科学博覧会
Space Science Expo, Space Science Exhibition in support of International Year of the Children. Space Science Expo Map. Space Science Expo, Space Science Exhibition in support of International Year of the Children. The Space Science Expo is an exhibition held in Kotoku and Shinagawa-ku, Tokyo, with the theme of space development. The expo will be held in two phases: Phase 1 Space Science Expo, Phase 2 Space Science Exhibition in support of the International Year of the Children. Phase 1 Space Science Expo, Apollo Theater. The entire process of the Saturn V from launch to return to Earth is shown on 6 360-degree panoramic screens, while the moon landing scene is presented in a 15-minute performance, in which a life-size model of the lunar landing spacecraft is placed in the center of the theater, recreating the scene of astronauts first setting foot on the lunar surface, subsequent extravehicular activities, returning to Earth and splashing down in the Pacific Ocean. Phase 2, supporting the International Children's Year Space Science Exhibition. Theme: Space Humanity's Dreams and Hopes. Phase 2 in response to the long waiting time in Phase 1. The performance time was shortened by 5 minutes, and the images and script were completely revised to avoid poetic and difficult expressions so that even elementary school students could easily understand. Phase 2, Space Science Exhibition in support of the International Year of the Children. Rocket Square. The United States exhibited real Saturn 1B, Redstone, and Atlas rockets, and Japan exhibited N rockets and M3H rockets. The second phase was to move the Lambda 4S, which was previously exhibited in the Japan Pavilion, to the site, Space Dome. Phase 1, International Year of the Child Dome. Phase 2. Phase 1 releases photos from the Himawari weather satellite and introduces the amateur radio satellite Oscar 8. Phase 2 in conjunction with the International Year of the Children, an exhibition explaining the United Nations Declaration of the Rights of the Children and photo panels of children from around the world were held. Fair Receptionist. Female members of Hong Kong Manufacturers Association and the opening ceremony guard of Space Science Fair took a photo. Stephen and the opening ceremony guard of Space Science Fair took a photo. Opening ceremony guard of Space Science Fair. Rocket Square. Space Science Expo in support of International Year of Children. Stephen took a photo in the exhibition hall. Group members took a photo in the exhibition hall. Stephen took a photo with the rockets in Rocket Square. Stephen took a photo with the rockets in Rocket Square. Rocket Square. Stephen and group members took a photo in the Space Science Expo bar. Stephen and the group members took photos in front of the expo halls. Stephen took a photo in front of the expo hall. Stephen took a photo in front of the expo hall. Stephen took a photo in front of the expo hall. Stephen took a photo in front of the expo hall. Stephen took a photo at the entrance of the Space Science Expo.
Thanks for your watching. Goodbye.
感謝你的收睇，再見。